I'm Laura. I'm the founder of the CASK Research Foundation. I just wanted to introduce myself to everybody who hasn't met me and tell you all a bit about why I founded this charity and where it's gone this year, really. So I live in a little village in Hampshire. My background is in science. So I worked for a scientific publishing company called Elsevier for a few years, and then I got into teaching, and I taught biology for 11 years. And about the last 5 years of it, I was actually teaching gene technology to 18-year-olds, along with lots of other things. I gave up teaching when I had my daughter Sarah. So Sarah has a CASK gene mutation, and she would be described as on the severe end of the spectrum. However, obviously we just kind of see her for who she is, and she's incredible. So yeah, that's kind of like a strange thing for me to say, but I guess like looking at some of the other children in our community, Sarah has quite a lot of some of the more kind of severe symptoms. So I gave up teaching to look after her full time, and then I had my son Felix. And I spent so much time looking at therapies, like I wanted to fix her. How could I make her sit? How could I make her walk? What could we do to help her feeding? We raised money for therapies, and they were all worthwhile, and I don't regret any of it. But I think I came to a point where I thought, I don't think this isn't going to make her into the child that I ever imagined. And I actually came to the understanding that it probably won't even enable her to sit. Her epilepsy was getting quite bad, was always kind of bad from the age of 1. The drugs seemed to be holding her back, and it was almost as if like any therapy we were doing was having like a minimal impact, and if it was having an impact, sometimes that was then lost in the coming months afterwards. So I switched my thinking. She still has all the therapies, but I turned to the science. And I thought maybe there is some scientific research that could be done that could improve her life. Maybe I need to look more into this. As far as I know, there's nobody else in our UK community who has kind of a biological understanding of science, or if they have, they kind of have kept quiet. So I felt I really didn't want to start a charity. I don't really like fundraising. I'd much rather kind of help a charity, but there wasn't one in the UK. And I thought, well, if nobody else is going to do it, then I guess I'm going to do it. So I think once I kind of got confirmation from my friends and family that I wasn't being crazy, I set it up. So that was just over a year ago. We got our bank account opened in March last year. We've done quite a lot of fundraising. It felt really slow, but actually, when I look at what we've done in a year, it's been absolutely incredible. The amounts we've raised haven't kind of surpassed what I was hoping for, but in terms of interest from scientists, all the contacts we've made, it's been amazing. So, 1 week I can be talking to Harvard, doctors and scientists from Harvard, which I never thought I'd say. A week before, I was talking to a professor, doctor from Cambridge University. They're all interested. We've got 2 different parties interested in trying to actually, cure the disease. Obviously, I use that phrase kind of loosely, but in terms of like impacting the whole gene rather than, just like focusing on a symptom. I never thought I'd be saying that. Obviously funding is holding us back, but we certainly, the interest from the scientific community is not holding us back. It's considering, there's a 1 in 2 million prevalence of this condition. That is minimum. I know definitely that there is 1 in 2 million chance, because I know that many people based on the UK population. There will be more, because I don't know every person with MIC-PCH or another CASK-linked disorder in the UK, but you know, even if it doubles, it's still crazy rare. So to think that these award-winning scientists want to speak to me and want to speak to my colleagues in Australia and France is amazing, and it gives me so much hope.